Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute. I just a quick reminder before I get into today's show. I want to say, go check me out on Twitter. It's June_through. That is my name over there. Go check it out, June_through. Go check out my Twitter account. I post things there. I post shorts and updates on everything, pretty much everything. Definitely check out my podcast too. I got a podcast by the same name, Reason Through Time. Go check it out. It's on all platforms: Spotify, YouTube. Not YouTube, iTunes. Man, you name it. It's my podcast is probably on that platform. So just definitely check it out for me, because on the podcast I talk about everything and anything. So definitely check it out. That being said, this right here is from my childhood, and as I'm thinking about this, I'm like, I don't know how, but then again, it was a different time. It was a different time period. So seeing something like this with nudity and being a young boy, I don't know how. And it's funny because when I did watch this film, first of all, you may be wondering what film I'm talking about, and that is Barbarella. Take a look at that. That's Barbarella. And that is, if you may be wondering, that is Jane Fonda. And I fell in love with this film. I fell in love with her as a young boy, because first of all, the scene starts with her being nude, and she's out in her spacecraft, and she's floating in her spacecraft, and I'm not sure if she's taking her clothes off or she's already naked. I don't remember exactly. If I remember correctly, I think she was floating in her spacecraft, and that's when she gets a call, okay? And it is the leader of Earth, because obviously this is Barbarella. I'm not sure you could tell. If you could tell the background, that's her ship to the side. I'm not sure if you could see it, but that's supposed to be her ship. But so obviously this is supposed to be based in the future of human civilization. So we are basically, we already colonize other planets, okay? So she gets a call from, I believe it's like the leader of Earth, okay? And so I believe we don't have different like presidents and different. I think it's all just one, okay? Obviously this is based on the future. So she gets a call, and she has a mission that is she has to complete, and it's a very important mission, because I believe it's going to stop a war from happening. And obviously this is not just a world war, this is a global, galaxy type war that she has to stop. So I guess in a sense she's like a diplomat, but in space, okay? But I just love, because first of all, when the leader contacts her, obviously he shows up in a big screen, and he's able to see her and she's able to see him. And even though she's nude, that's not a big deal. It's like, okay, you're naked. That's normal. And so it doesn't have this like, oh my goodness, nudity got covered up. Nah, it's natural. And that's the one thing as a young boy watching the film that it kind of attracted me to the character, and not just the character, but just everyone in the film. Even after she goes on to her mission, she goes into different planets and meets different people, and it's a very sexually charged film, okay? Because she goes and meets these people, and something sexual always happens, and it's all about her reaching an orgasm. And that's another part that I loved as a boy, just watching this woman just do her thing, so to speak. It was just wonderful, because it was like she has a mission, but these things that we kind of frowned upon, like we kind of like are too square when it comes to a woman's figure or a woman's body. That's her sexuality. That I love. I freaking love that part of a woman. And so as a boy, it is something that obviously to this day I love. And it's funny because it's not just with this film. There's so many films that I look back upon where I'm like, oh snap, I didn't know that this film had nudity in it. Because you tend to forget, because films nowadays, they don't really have nudity like that as they used to. Even put like this, even regular TV shows when I was growing up, like you could watch a show, and again, I'm speaking in terms of like the Spanish speaking channels, like Telemundo, for example. That's one of them, where in those shows when I was growing up and my mother be watching, you know, her little shows, it would just be regular nudity, and it would be like a talk show, and it would be a new girl on there, or like a game show. And in the game, you know how in game shows they would have a woman presenter presenting whatever item it is. Well, in the game shows for us Spanish people, you could the Spanish chick is just wearing nothing. You could see her bare breasts, and so that's how I grew up. I grew up with just, you know, seeing the female form and just what's that word I'm looking for? But just enjoying the beauty of it. Okay, it wasn't like, no, let's enjoy this. This is a beautiful woman. Let's enjoy this moment right here. You know, and also when I was growing up, I used to always have statues. Well, not me, but my mother. You know, of a figure of a woman. Even now, I got statues. I have a statue of Aphrodite, for example. I have a statue of the goddess Ocean. And I believe I believe this is Basset. The goddess Basset. Matter of fact, I could show you guys right now. See what I'm talking about. You know? So I grew up seeing these type of things, you know, in terms of seeing the woman form or the woman's sexuality. It was all over the place when I was growing up. But it still surprises me because now that I look back, it's like, oh snap! I grew up in a time where this was okay. It's not bad to enjoy just of seeing a woman, and in this case, watching a film where a woman is climaxing and having an orgasm. That's just fucking crazy to me. All the while, her mission is to stop a galactic war from happening. I freaking love it, man. I really do. But yeah, I'm not sure if this was her first film, and this came out in 1968. 1968, this film came out. Matter of fact, let me read you a little bit of the background so you can get a better picture of the film. The setting is the planet Lithion in the year 40,000, when Barbarella, Jane Fonda, makes a forced landing while traveling through space. She acts like a female James Bond, vanquishing evil in the forms of robots and monsters. She also rewards in an uninhabited manner the handsome men who assist her in the adventure. Whether she's wrestling with black guards, the evil queen, or the angel pie guard, she just can't seem to avoid losing at least part of her skin-tight space suits. Now, the description doesn't give you really the full detail of her sexcapades in the film, okay? Because I believe you could see, maybe you could kind of see it in the back. I'm not sure if the camera could pick it up. Oh, there you go. And as you can see, that's her laying down after having having a good old time. So there you go, it's back. So yeah, it's again, I just love the fact that you have this sci-fi world around, and you have this crucial mission that has to take place, and it has to succeed, or there will be a galactic war that many people will die. But what's gluing all the pieces together is a woman being a woman, and not in a bad way either, but just being feminine and being sexual, and it's A-okay by me. Freaking loved it. Mind you, I saw it as a boy, like I said. But anyways, I think nothing more needs to be said. I think all I can say is go watch it, because I think it's always great to go watch old films. You know, even if it's black and white, because I love black and white films. But I think you could kind of see a glimpse of the past when you do that, and not stay always at the modern times. I think it's always good to go back. And I think this will be a perfect science fiction. I don't know how to really put it. It is a science fiction, but it's just, man, go watch it. That's what I gotta say. That being said, guys, thank you. Peace.